Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Grand Canyon University, DraftKings Rocket Money, and Delete Me. Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I'm Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay.
All right.
Here we are.
All right.
We're here.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. Just to get it out of the way, I know our last podcast was shorter. We are going to go a little bit shorter. I know I did not realize this. I thought all podcasts were had to be 2 hours long. And it seems most of them are an hour or even less. And so I know some of you will be disappointed because you like the 2 hours. Some of you won't care, and some of you will be happy. But if we keep it around an hour, I'm not saying there's going to be any exact time, but roughly an hour-ish, somewhere in that. And it'll be better for us. Everything's getting, the schedule's being so busy and all that. I think it'll help us be able to record 2 episodes in one day if we have to, so we can have some backup so we don't miss an episode like we just did with the snow. And, there's a lot going on. Everybody's got schedules. So it's so just letting you know that. I think it's the best way, but we love you as if we're doing 2 hours.
And the snow is bad for us. I had a guy supposed to come to my house today, a week later, to do some things. And he was like, I can't get there. He's like, my truck slid in the ice. So it is bad out here.
It is bad.
For us, we don't have a lot of plows. I don't even know if we have a plow. I got on the interstate last week and I was like, what? I thought the interstate would be clear. There's one lane open. There's people all over the median, all off the road. I'm like, what's going on out
it's
here?
not a point of weakness for the city.
Right.
To make that clear. We're getting some heat as
We're
a
not
town.
like, we can't get out. It's like the roads are not
We don't
good.
have the infrastructure for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no reason to.
I learned something. You can't talk about how cold it is. People will immediately, oh, that's cute. And then they tell you how cold they are. And you're like, I'm just making conversation out
It's
here.
cold for us.
Yeah.
It's -1 here.
Yeah, then you
one day.
get them down here in June and say, let's work on the road.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, oh, I'm hot. Yeah, you're hot.
-1's cold. We were
Very cold.
really, really cold.
In all my many, many years of being on this earth, usually it'll snow, it'll be gone in a day or two. It's still on the ground.
Yeah.
It's been a week of just so cold.
Harper's they're starting late tomorrow, but it's been the first time she'll be back to school in over a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Aaron's gutter fell off his house.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I've had some real problems. We weren't ready for it. Pipes frozen. I mean, we had some serious stuff.
We had some pipes froze. Yeah, it just was. Yeah, we're just not. There's no reason for it because it's like Nashville. We get it. I used to say once a year you get this kind of snow where it's awesome, it's fun, and then you just won't get another one. So
I won't think about it till next year. And the pipes burst again.
And I don't know if you wanted me to tell people about your gutter.
That's okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Well, it's out there now.
I haven't told my wife yet.
Let her find out.
Yeah, she'll find out on the podcast.
I was in a parking garage today. I was like, what's that noise? And all of a sudden a pipe burst and water just started going everywhere.
At your place? Where?
No, in a parking garage down in downtown.
Oh, I saw the video you posted.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's crazy out here, dude.
It's crazy.
We're figuring it out.
And I saw a video on a girl from Alaska, and she moved to Georgia. And she's like, it is a different kind of air here because it's humid. She's like, I would rather be in Alaska, in negative temperatures than in Georgia in the teens.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said it's a different kind of cold.
Wow.
They said that in Montana this weekend. They were saying we don't have a problem with ice on the roads because of the humidity. Because it doesn't freeze the same way on the road.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's different. I don't know.
Yeah, everything's different.
They love to try to shame us about some temperatures.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we don't have a lot of Canada Goose jackets around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to go buy some snow stuff because I never had. I don't think I've ever owned really any snow stuff.
You ever use those hot hands? I was using those all week. The hot hand things?
Yeah, the little pocket, little things.
Those don't get talked about enough. That's unbelievable technology.
Mm-hmm.
It works so good.
Oh, the electronic ones.
Not the electronic. I'm talking about just whatever it is.
The ones you shake.
You shake them up.
Yeah.
And why aren't we using that for other stuff?
What would you use it for?
I don't know. Get a big one, put it over a house or something.
Put it in your gutters.
You got to shake your house.
Well, it feels like such a waste.
And then your gutters fall off.
Yeah, it's true. Well, they'd find a way. You feel like this works like every time, and it stays hot for so much longer than you think of it. And all we're doing is just warming hands with it.
Hands get cold. Probably
Hands
feet.
do get cold. You can use them for your feet too. But I'm saying there's no other application for this magical thing that they've invented.
Hot
but
feet
you
doesn't.
have to shake it. You're saying,
Look,
but what if the
go on
shake
an
is the
airplane,
main? What if the
shake it
shake
and then
is the
drop it.
main thing?
You think the shake is the thing holding it back from being used on?
Yeah, where are you gonna? You know,
Man, I think the shaking is just getting oxygen in there, right? It's just, but so if you get a big enough one, you put it outside.
Can you imagine if you lived on
I don't know.
fault line, there's an earthquake, you're like, we survived. And man, is it hot in here.
All the hot hands have gotten hot.
Look, I'm not saying actually get one, the big one, but like you're not doing anything else with that.
You may be onto
you want
something.
like a big sandbag on everybody's roof.
Put it in the attic.
Yeah.
Put it in your bed.
I don't know.
Shake it up.
Maybe, dude. Maybe let's do something with it.
You know, in Canada, Hannah they had like a bag. It's like a big bean bag, and you put it in the microwave, and it gets real hot, and then you put it in your bed, and it heats up the bed. I forget what it's called. They have a name for it, but we don't clean our microwave a lot, and ours got real musty.
It's the only reason you have a microwave.
Yeah, it's the only reason I would use it. My wife will heat up coffee and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't get into it.
Well, did you go stand in the yard when she does it?
Well, I don't want to be around it. That's for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it safe to come in?
My wife confesses to me sometimes that she's been using the microwave.
Oh, no.
Jeez, what goes on when I'm on the road?
Yeah.
Is that what's happening around here?
Yeah. Why are you not doing it the long, hard way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're raising two kids.
You got 2 kids, 2 little kids. Listen, I don't know what your problem is. The clothes will dry eventually, even though when it's cold outside. Put them outside.
Hang them on the line.
Yeah.
We don't do the dryer.
Yeah.
Now we do a dryer though.
Mm-hmm.
I love a dryer, but if it was a microwave dryer, I'd be out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You would hang them.
Yeah.
I remember we hung clothes growing up. On a
We did
clothesline.
too. We had a clothesline up.
Yeah.
back. I just got a new washer dryer, dude, and you guys will love this dude that came and installed it. He showed up. This guy walked into my house, all the confidence in the world. He goes, "You're here." He goes, "You ordered the washer dryer, right?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I got good news for you, man. I'm the best in the business."
Yeah.
All right.
He said, "I'm the best in the world at this.
Wow.
I'm gonna be in and out, and you're so lucky, dude. You got the best washer dryer installer on the planet at your house today." And I was like, I do feel good about that. That did feel good.
Yeah.
And he was good.
Did you tip
I've never
him?
had somebody come in and I did tip him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get. I mean, I think you're supposed to tip them. I think we used to get tips sometimes.
Yeah, the guys that come and set it all up and everything. Yeah, I tip.
You don't tip the ones that come in and go, "Listen, I'm not the best."
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and let you know.
Look, you've got a perfectly adequate installation guy.
Well, borderline, you might be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm trying to think if I remember if I got tipped because I used to put in washers.
And you would
and
install
dryers.
them in people's houses and stuff
But
too?
you weren't good.
No, I was good. I didn't tell them. I mean, I was like, I used to be able to change the door. I think I've talked about that before. I could change it, like, because the doors got
Oh, yeah.
open into each other.
Yeah, and I could do it really fast.
Well, that'll change people's lives, dude.
Yeah. And then, so I could do that really.
Did you ever come in with that kind of crazy confidence, though?
Do you ask them
no.
sometimes? You need this switched around? You like it? You like it like this?
No,
or-
if it was noticeable that like, hey, they should have it moved over.
Yeah.
You would just take it out and switch it.
Uh-huh.
Because I did it at ours here because I thought I've done this and I haven't done it so long that it's harder. It was way harder than I remembered.
They don't make things easier.
No.
It seems like everything because they want you to call somebody.
Yeah.
We need our guy. We need the GE guy to get down here.
Mm-hmm.
To switch it out.
Yeah. We don't want you doing it.
Well, this past week we had Dusty had a big special come out.
Crazy.
Seems
I did.
very well received.
It does. It's very exciting. It was on number 2
That's crazy.
in some poll of Netflix.
Is it a top 10 list? It wasn't
Top
some
10
poll.
list.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was on everybody's homepage.
TV shows.
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy,
it was great.
dude.
Yeah, I mean, I was real pumped about it.
Yeah.
And I still am. I'm pumped. And it's like, I just got an email from the mayor of Opelika. They want to recognize me in some way.
Oh, really?
Right.
That's very exciting. So I thought it was fake. I had to send it to my management to try to verify it. I was like, I don't know. But he's been the mayor for 20 years apparently, but he started being mayor after I moved. So he would not have known about me.
You didn't cause him any problems.
Yeah. So
I'll give you a key to the city.
that'd be great.
Would you rather a dusty sleigh day in Opelika? That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be cool too. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what we'd do on that day. We'd just go around
What would you do with
having a good time.
A key to the city.
I'd try to open stuff. You know what I mean? I'd try to get, tickets to.
A dusty sleigh day. I'm trying to think what it would be. It would be
Western Sizzling.
Yeah.
I definitely think school would be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, colleges for sure.
College is out.
People have been
Permanently.
Banks out. Just very Dusty gets to pick who's out.
Yeah.
No microwaves.
School should be out. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
No gifts exchanged.
No gifts. No, we don't do that.
Uh-huh.
Should be on April 1st, New Year's Day.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. No pagan rituals out here.
Yeah.
Let's keep it clean.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That feels good. I did have some people messaging me about my Western Sizzling joke. They were like, I'll never eat the green beans at Western Sizzling again. I was like, you weren't eating the green beans at Western Sizzling. That's not what people are eating there.
Yeah.
I figure that's the one thing I can make fun of in Western Sizzling and not cause anybody any problems.
It won't affect their bottom line at all.
You're there for the yeast rolls, the fried chicken, and the chopped steak.
They're not moving green beans.
Yeah. Even the manager is probably like, great, I'm trying to put that in the buffet anyway.
Do me a favor.
Yeah.
You don't think people get green beans? I like green beans. It's a good one that you're like, if anything gets shut down, that one's okay to get shut down.
It's like, I just don't think, like the buffet at Western Sizzling used to have an item called fatback.
Yeah.
Which is just like fried strips of fat that people would come and eat, and they loved it. And I'm like, if their fatback is an option, green beans shouldn't even be up there.
Yeah.
I don't really want to Google
It's almost
fatback.
like the county health departments makes you put green beans on there.
Yeah. You got to have something green up here.
Something green, Like fatback's a tough look up, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find that. Maybe fatback food. There it is.
Oh, well, this right here?
Yeah, it's like,
That looks like somebody cut the crust off of a piece of bread.
Yeah.
That's fatback.
Yeah, it's fried strips, fried fat strips. And so, I'm just saying, if you're eating that, you're like, where's the melted butter? I'd like to dip this fried fat in here. So, it's been exciting. I hope that I've not hurt the Western Sizzling's business.
No, they love it.
I gave a nice shout out to Jim Bob. Still no word from them. I went to Jim Bob's social media. They haven't posted in 10 years. But so
I thought that'd wake them up.
Yeah. Pretty disappointed that I'm not getting a lot of love from Jim Bob's.
Well, they might not even have Netflix.
That's true.
Yeah.
Or heard of it.
They just got a red box.
I go there enough and talk to the people at Jim Bob's to where I don't even know if they know I've moved. I go.
Do they know you're a comedian?
I don't know.
They're still asking to pick up shifts.
Yeah. I was talking to them about a guy I knew that used to work there, and he left, and we were talking, and I go, it looks like he's doing well. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, they go, I haven't heard from him in a while. So I was like, well, either that's good or he's died. And they go, oh, he's not coming back. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I don't know if you know what I'm trying to say right here, but I was trying to make a joke about it.
Yeah.
And he died?
He didn't die.
Oh.
Thank goodness. He messaged me, though, about my joke, and he said, I was there the night you walked out, and I had to, he said, I had to make the sauce and wash the dishes. So there's a lot of truth in these jokes, is what I'm trying to say. I'm verifying things.
Definitely.
I got a response from Travis Tritt.
That's very
cool.
cool.
Really?
I had to tweet at him first, but I did get a response from him. Yeah, so.
The video at the end of you as a little boy really topped it off.
People like that.
Well, that's how I, I thought of to do that joke as I was watching. I remember that story vividly of that frog dying. And I found that video one day of my dad being like, and then it hopped away. And I'm like, it did not hop away.
When you look down, it's just so funny.
Because I don't know what to say to my dad. I'm like, my dad's straight up lying here.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I'm like, but I feel good about it. I mean, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
I've never had this. Feels good. I like the way the video looks. I like the way it sounds. I like the jokes. It feels good.
Let me ask you this. You were in Dayton this weekend. The
Yeah.
first weekend since the special came out, did you feel, was there a difference?
Yeah, I think so.
yeah.
It felt really good. The first show sold out a long time ago, and then I kept getting these updates on the second show, and I was like, it was not selling well. And I was like, all right, this a regular old Dayton weekend then, I guess.
Yeah.
But then it ended up, really filling out. So
Yeah.
it was good. It was 2 hot shows, and it was great. I loved it. And then I had a good Fallon, good Tonight Show, really
Yeah.
great. I went to the Comedy Cellar on Thursday night and practiced the set, and I bombed for about half that set, and I thought, oh no, what am I
Yeah.
doing? And then it was just a weird crowd. Did the Village Underground after that, and it was a hot set. Tonight Show.
What's going on here? What y'all
Well,
doing?
I'm just entertaining.
It's like you're doing Wheels on the Bus.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest with you. I'm probably,
row your boat.
yeah, I'm mid fidget, I'm sure, and that's
I see.
I'm probably about to adjust my glasses or my hat.
He looks like he's came over to your house with that backdrop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it
They
looks
put you in
good.
that room,
They decorated well for me.
ship black.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and Jimmy Fallon said he watched my special. I mean, he seemed to have a few specific examples, so it feels
Yeah.
like he did watch
He
it.
watched just enough to do that.
Yeah, and that's all I ask, really.
Yeah.
And it felt good. He's always very nice to me.
Yeah.
And it feels good.
Third time doing the Tonight Show.
Fourth time.
Fourth time.
It's the
Wow.
fourth time.
Wow.
Everybody says third.
Yeah, I
feel
thought it was
there's
third.
One of them was.
There's one that
Yeah.
everyone forgot about. Even the booker, Michael Cox, was like, "Yes, your third time here," and I'm like, "I have 4 on the internet. You can go to YouTube, and there's 4 there."
Is one late night or?
No, I have a Jimmy Kimmel too. I have 4 Tonight Shows and a Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm.
But
Golly.
I think you've only done 3.
they keep. I did 2, and then I did one a COVID year, and maybe that's it. It was
Nobody saw it.
It got forgotten.
Yeah.
Once you start doing it, it's easy to.
Well, it is kind of nice that people
Yeah.
have lost track of how many times.
Mm.
And I do feel like people, not that they, I don't know how, like they don't care less, but they care space less, Like the first time I did the Tonight Show, it was like everyone in my life was like reaching out to me.
Mhm.
And now it's like, they're like, hey, good job again,
Yeah.
They're like, But my electrician from McMinnville called me because he saw me on the Tonight Show. So I'm starting to get pretty famous in McMinnville now, too.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Gonna be the king of that city. Soon.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
How often do you talk to the electrician?
Well, a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had told me a story about getting stabbed one time. And so we got pretty close.
Oh yeah.
You bonded over that.
Yeah. I mean, he told me he got stabbed in the chest and that he had to go to the hospital and almost died.
Wow.
And that's why he became an electrician.
I guess he's telling me this. He's like, yeah, my lungs are all messed up. And he's telling me that as he was smoking. I was like, this guy's tough.
Yeah.
It's like, do not mess with this guy. He deals with electricity. He's got a lot of blockage in his legs.
And y'all
he's-
exchange numbers,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and then you talk to him like regularly.
Not really. He
Oh.
called me up the other day.
Call, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, what's going on? And he's like, well,
Yeah.
I saw you on the Tonight Show. I was worried the snow had messed up something electrically.
Yeah.
And he knew about it somehow.
Yeah.
Got alerted his house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's telling
But-
you. Mm.
Yeah. We're buddies.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
Did a good special.
And if you haven't watched it and you're planning to come to a show, feel free to watch. I got a whole new hour that I'm doing now. And
Amazing.
I'm still, doing the we're having a good time joke and the wave joke. And I'll probably do those for the rest of my life. But other than that, it's all new.
Mm-hmm. Your day is full of to-dos, responsibilities, and balancing work with spending quality time with loved ones while finding time for yourself. With everything you have on your plate, earning your degree online seems impossible. But at Grand Canyon University, they specialize in helping you fit your bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree into your busy day. GCU is an affordable private Christian university based in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona. Been there a bunch. Offering 330 academic programs with over 270 available online as of June 2023. From scholarships to academic support, your GCU graduation team, led by your own university counselor, provides you with the personal support you need. GCU's online program gives you freedom to earn your degree in the time you can from wherever you are. Your personalized plan and team can help you achieve your goals. Find your purpose at Grand Canyon University, private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
You
Awesome, dude.
you crossed paths with Jimmy Fallon yourself this weekend.
I did. Yeah, he came down to well, he would have y'all would have did you tape when did you tape?
I taped after because he was telling me about the intro that your dad gave to him,
Yeah.
and then I guess the one that he gave to you.
Oh, y'all taped on Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he
Yeah.
had just been with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was I think he's popped up the cellar like one time, and then he's just I think kind of itching to kind of get back out and do some jokes. And so we were texting, and he was like, "Hey, then we'll come down, to the Prudential Center." And I was like, yeah, dude. And then so I mean we just talked. He murdered. Like, they were obviously very fun to see.
Right.
They don't expect him to be up there, and they go nuts. But he just had, because he had these jokes. He hasn't told them, hasn't tried them anywhere. Or
Just dipping his toes in an arena and around. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you can tell that it's, there is a confidence you have to be able to go do that. And so he's obviously talked in front of a lot of people.
Right.
But yeah, he goes up and, I mean, we think, I don't remember what he did, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And, but just doing stand up, he does a lot of, usually brings a guitar, does impressions, no guitar, and just came out and did some straight stand up.
You told him he couldn't do that?
Yeah, I go, listen. No, we had a guitar, sound check for him, because at first we thought he was going to, but I think he just wanted to get up there and do it. And, so I'll see. I mean, I like when stuff like that happens. It's always weird because there's only so many people you could even have pop on,
Right.
because if they can be clean.
Jimmy, me,
Yeah. Yeah.
who else? That's about it.
Aaron, Dusty's half,
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, it was, it's awesome. And these arenas, they're in the round, so it's, they're wild. Wild.
I will say this. He talked to me about the round.
Yeah.
And I want to, he backed me up a little bit. He goes, yeah, I did the round, and the round doesn't spin. And I go, yeah, that was what I thought too. I thought the round would spin. And he's like, no, you have to keep turning around. And I'm like, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I've only done the round that one time at Bridgestone, and the whole time leading up to it, I thought it was going to be a slow spin.
Like a lazy Susan.
Yeah. And then, you have to turn.
And you didn't move at all.
I don't. I mean, I kind of go back and forth like this, but I did turn, and it was hard for me.
Yeah. It's a new thing. It's definitely different. The good thing is, the good thing is that you do, it makes you step into stuff more. I enjoy figuring out how to play it now. Like, as you get better, it's very fun. It's very fun to be like, every week you're just kind of like, there's cameras. A lot of people don't know. They're like, do you watch the screen or me or whatever? But I mean, it's, I think it's like a typical thing. You kind of watch the screen and, you glance down at, we're trying to make it, the sound has been great. We've been making it extra, like, so people can hear it everywhere. We got the screens. I made the screens bigger so everybody can see them. I think it's, it's like I say, a live special taping. It's just, I like that it's so many people and you hear them quiet. I mean, that's what's so crazy. We tell a joke and it's 16,000 people and
when they're quiet, when you want them to
just
be
listening.
Yeah.
And you're just in there, and it's just, it's fun. It's very, very fun. It's very, very fun. And it's a very, it's a new thing you got to figure out, and that makes it exciting. Yeah, it was funny. So Graham K, who's been on the podcast, Canada, he had to have surgery on his hip, hockey throughout the years. So Graham had it this week of this special. I mean, of this weekend. So Graham would have been on this weekend because we went to Toronto where Graham lived for quite a while.
Right,
so usually, not always perfect, but I try to, if someone's from somewhere, you try to get them to go to their
your hometown arena.
Yeah. So, but Graham, he's pushed the surgery off so much, and so he had to do it. And I mean, it looked like a weekend that was built for Graham. I mean, Graham. I bought Graham a Raptors jacket because I felt bad, and then we got him a Raptors jacket. It looks cool, and then I owe Graham a trip because it was, dude. I mean, so first night he would have just hung out with Fallon, and then we went to Reading and Poughkeepsie, which were both I mean, every show was unreal, but they were.
I see you broke the attendance record in Reading too at that arena.
Yeah. So that record broke, and that was a ton of snow. But they had a ton of snow. People were worried about that, but they all came out.
Yeah.
They're better at it. Poughkeepsie was just back to a theater, which was interesting because we did 2 shows, but it was a theater just to do after doing the round for a few weeks and then go back to the theater. But that
like a tiny old theater.
Yeah. Tiny old,
plebes.
Yeah.
That goes
a secret show.
I can't believe y'all do shows like this. I'd love to do a show.
Yeah. It's like 2,500 people. You're like, I don't even know. I guess I'll learn everybody's name. But they were so good.
Yeah.
And then we go to the Scotiabank Arena where the Raptors and Toronto Maple Leafs play. They had the UFC fight there the night before.
Oh, man.
The UFC fight this Saturday was at the Toronto Scotiabank Arena. And then so we're there Sunday. And then that one was just we get there and it's like we get to go shoot on the Raptors practice court. And I mean, just the most fun Graham could have.
And you played hockey somewhere I saw.
Oh, we played hockey in Reading. In Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
Yeah, in Poughkeepsie, they had a hockey ring attached, so they let us go hockey. So, and Graham's a hockey player.
Yeah.
I forgot that too. It was hilarious on how specific everything we did was for Graham.
Yeah.
It looked like Graham designed this trip and then just said, I can't go.
And he's just recovering on a couch somewhere.
I mean,
watching this on Instagram.
Can't get up. He has to have a chair in the shower. It couldn't be going.
Man.
He's going through it all.
Yeah.
And we made fun of it a lot to him. No, we didn't go through. But it was just so like everything they're asking us, you're like, oh, Graham would have. This is like it's all Graham ever wanted was to do any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Go to his homeland. So it was.
You should have scheduled his surgery better. You know, you should have looked at your schedule.
He's been pushing it off so much, and it was like it just had to be done. And I think if he'd have moved it again, it would have been, crazy and forever. So.
Yeah, and can you really play hockey if you're like needing surgery on your hip?
No.
He would have not been able to do it.
That's true.
Gary Veter got out there. Gary Veter's a really good hockey player. He skated and just run around. He can shoot it up in the, corners of the net and all that.
Wow.
It was good. Yeah, it was a fun weekend.
Did you guys watch any NFL football this weekend?
Yes. Great games this weekend.
Did you see the fumble through the end zone?
I did. I thought of you immediately.
We watched it. We talked about it because I told him Bates said we could do it. Yeah. You know what I thought of though, with that?
What's that?
Saying you. You have something else?
Well, I was going to mention DraftKings is the official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs.
Oh yeah.
And they're bringing you an offer that will help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets.
Man.
I just checked the DraftKings app. You guys know the line for the AFC and NFC championship game?
I don't even know what a line is.
Well, currently, looks like right now Baltimore's favored by 3 over the Chiefs. 49ers favored by 7 over the Lions. You can go on DraftKings app now and use code Nateland. And new customers can bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbooks with code Nateland. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Sorry, Graham. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.com/football for eligibility and deposit restrictions, terms, and responsible gaming resources. That's our show, folks.
Yeah.
Good night.
Did you riff that last part?
Yeah.
But I was thinking the reason they probably have it is because everybody would be reaching for the end zone. Like it'd be when you run to the end zone, just hold it out.
Oh, there's
Like,
got to be a risk.
Run to the corner and then just jump from the 5-yard line and hold it out. There has to be some kind of like, discouraging thing to go do that.
you
And
need
that's
a
a
real
pretty
risk.
big discouraging thing. That's the biggest.
How do they handle it in college football? Do you know?
The
thing
same,
to
isn't
quit
it?
the game.
Okay. It's the same. It's the same rule.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying you could say it's a loss of down and the team has to go back to the 20, maybe.
Oh, interesting.
But it's
Instead of the other team gets the
it's like a
ball,
penalty.
Yeah.
Or like if it does it, it's a flag. So if you fumble through the end zone, it's a 15-yard. I mean, do something like that. It's a 15-yard penalty.
I think they should make you play the rest of the game without your helmet.
Yeah. Yeah. The guy that fumbles it has to go home.
Yeah.
And then you have a camera that shows him getting in his car.
Yeah.
And it films him for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Everything
Rest
that
of
he
the year.
does. Yeah, rest of the year. Yeah.
But I do think I think that's the only reason why I see the argument for it is because I think you would have a problem with people just reaching out all the time because then now there's no punish,
What do you do when you get kicked out of a game? You just go sit in the locker room?
I think so. Probably shower early. Probably nice. Shower a little bit early.
Get a little break.
Yeah. I asked a couple NASCAR drivers came. Joey Logano and Brad Kalowski came to the Charlotte show.
You know them, right?
Yeah. Oh, you don't?
No, I do know the second guy. I
Brad
know the name.
Kalowski?
Yeah, I know the name.
Keselowski.
You don't know Joey Logano?
No, I've
The
not.
number 22 car?
I've not been into NASCAR for a long time.
Okay. We still look like you are. And
Well, I know that, but the NASCAR fans like me, I feel like have really faded out. It's a classier sport now.
yeah. So, but they're,
I feel like it is. When I was going, people were at the game or race with their shirts off, and they had a cooler of beer that they brought there.
it feels more corporate now.
Yes,
Hold on.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of that.
I bet there is, but I
Right.
mean, it's like my whole family seems not as interested in NASCAR as they used to be. It was a big deal for my family.
I think I agree with that. It's a lot more corporate. They're athletes and now. Like these dudes are in shape. It's analytics. There's so much that stuff trying to be the best and getting this and it like
Science.
advantage.
Yeah.
But that takes the human element. It feels like it takes the personality out of it.
Yeah.
Like back then you had a lot of personality. So
I got
a
video of a guy smoking a cigarette during the caution lap in
Yeah.
his car. I mean, that's this kind of racing I'm talking about.
Yeah. There's something that's fun about, you're like, well, Richard Petty doesn't care about wrecking.
Yeah.
So that dude's a lunatic versus, I guess I can see what he's saying, but I was asking them because I was like, do you ever, like when you have a wreck early in a race and you get to go home, like, are you ever like, all right, it's not that bad,
Yeah.
You just like, it's like getting home from work. Because, I mean, they get on a plane, they'll be home before the race is over.
They could watch the end of it at home.
Yeah.
With their family.
Yeah, you're there all week, and then now you're just like, it goes, wreck, and,
If you wreck,
like
you
they
should
wanna
have
win.
to put the car back together. You should have to help. Like you become part of the mechanics crew if you wreck.
Well, I think they want to do that.
But they still get to go home that day. They don't fix it.
No, I think they should have to start working on it that day.
Stay there.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to think it was their car, like it was their personal car that they were driving. And I used to feel bad when they got in a wreck because, like, now that they can't get it, they can't drive home. Remember when I was a kid?
That's
They're
crazy.
stuck there.
Isn't that crazy though? If you're a kid,
Kind of. Gassman at the iPhone to that. I don't know. I can't really pinpoint you down into being genius to like maybe one of the dumber kids I've ever met in my life. I don't know what's going on right now.
That's before
Everything's been a fake. It's all been you go to Notre Dame. Did you? Do we have pictures of Aaron at Notre Dame?
He did break his back a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
That is
true. That's
so you
true.
probably lost some
I was dealing
stuff.
with some stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
Graham,
Yeah.
you know?
I thought it was all right. I don't know. I was gonna say something about this.
I think you were going to tell us about a rule change. No, I guess that was it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was it.
Well,
So-
what did they say about the wreck? Did he say he's happy to go home, or he's like, no?
Oh, they were no. I think they obviously still want to. You're
Yeah.
mad and you want to race and it all matters. But I also think there's some where like they're like if your car is not running good at all, and you just know like we're going to be in 30th place.
Yeah.
I think some of those you could be like, yeah, put me out of my misery.
You got 3
Yeah.
hours to go, and you're like, I'm
Yeah.
not going to win.
Yeah, you're gonna be slow. You're just
Mhm.
gonna be in the way. You're gonna
Mhm.
be. You're like,
Yeah, and if you wreck, you might get a little attention that day. You might get a little. You might get a little news
It's
clip.
a maritime.
Yeah. And that's what sometimes I feel like that's what you need in racing. You got to get a little personality in there. You'd be like, you're the guy that wrecked.
I feel like they should do that in sports because we all just. That's what all of us that watch sports wonder. I just want to know that they're not happy to go home because I think we think they're happy to go like in everything. You know, if someone's got to leave a game or, you know, sometimes you just think like, well, they weren't playing like regular season.
Yeah.
Well, they don't care. Not football regular season matters more, but
But like baseball, you think about it
baseball.
for sure.
Yeah, you're like, these dudes.
But like if it were comedy and you turned your ankle going up to the stage and they were like, oh, I got to go home, you wouldn't be happy that you got to go home. You'd be like, I'd
no.
like to do the show.
I would like to do the show.
I think with an ankle,
Yeah.
you could still do it. But you know,
Yes.
maybe if you, I don't know, hit your jaw when you fell,
Right.
Yeah,
you'd have to go on home.
yeah,
You
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, oh, I got the night off.
yeah. That is true. But
Yeah.
we want to work.
We need the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that is true. They put in so much hard work to get to that point. You're like, no, I want to.
Yeah.
We drove down to Tuscaloosa, Dusty and I, to do a show. We showed up. It was the worst possible situation for a show. We walked in. We were like, oh, no, dude. Packed bar, no stage.
Years ago.
This was a long time ago. This
Yeah.
is pre-Netflix, Dusty.
Yeah.
I'm in the same place, but Dusty's moved on. But we show up, and the owner comes out and goes, hey, I just don't feel like doing a show.
Yeah.
And we were like,
It's great. We went and got some sushi. And,
Yeah.
that's one of the best feelings
Yeah,
ever.
it is.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it is interesting that show because we did that show. They canceled on us, and it was like a little bit of a bummer because like nobody showed up, and that's why they canceled. But we went and got some sushi. Next day, we drove to the Laughing Skull Festival, and that festival is where things started to take off for me. So,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah. So
I
that,
think I was there.
You were.
You were
Yeah, I
there.
was there.
I remember that.
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's where I got JFL from that. And then
Yeah.
from there, I got the Tonight Show, and it's like.
Wow.
So like the night before things started to take off, my show was canceled because no one came.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
That was a tough weekend for me, but I'm glad it worked out for you. And
Yeah.
How long have you done comedy?
Full time since 2014, but I've been messing around since 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do people think, do they always count full time?
I don't know.
I always say 03 because that's just when I started.
Well, I always have to feel like I have to qualify. It's like if you start in New York City, like you can like do open mics every night. I
Yeah.
started in Charleston, and it's like when I started comedy, we were maybe getting an open mic once a week.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so it's like for several years I was kind of barely doing comedy.
Yeah. I could see that. Which that's a good answer though. Versus I think people don't answer like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times comics don't answer like that. But that's a good answer. You know, where it is like you realize, well, it wasn't. It was until you started really.
Yeah,
going-
2014 I started really working working it as a comic.
Yeah, Chicago. When I first started, I took a class, but then there's so many places, so you'd go do it every night.
Yeah.
And it was like my day job was just to live to go do comedy. And then New York is like, you're just doing it every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do more open mics in New York City in a night than I could do in a month in Charleston,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. All right, so I can start these
Yeah.
comments. Sketch comedy comments. And yeah, we're just doing a kind of a catch-up episode here.
Yeah, it's
Just-
been
It
3
feels-
weeks since we've all been together in person.
Yeah.
Feels like a long time.
Yeah.
I'm happy to
Mhm.
be here, guys. I'm happy to see you guys.
I am too.
I am too.
Yeah.
Happy the roads have cleared out.
Yeah.
You know, we're able to do it again.
Mhm.
Sketch comedy comments. Raina Camps. Finally, Angela is on here. I've been waiting for this. Nate seemed a bit tongue-tied, like he was nervous because he was talking to a celebrity. It was so sweet, because you could tell he really appreciates and respects her. I do. Very, very much. And I went on the road with her. She was the first, like famous person that ever, like I, got to know and talk to, and
Mhm.
took me to some unbelievable places.
Mhm.
Alex Penn, Dave Chappelle not being mentioned in the sketch comedy episode is wild. He also could have been mentioned as a comedian who famously gets on stage and riffs for an hour. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, his sketch comedy is,
It's a classic.
yeah.
I mean, the show is like the best ever.
yeah.
That sketch comedy show. I mean, I haven't watched it recently,
Key
but
and Peele, too. Do we mention Key and Peele?
I don't know
Barely.
if we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe we didn't at all.
I think we were just talking about older, like it was like kind of older.
Right.
there's so many.
Key and
Yeah.
Peele has a sketch called Insult Comic, and that is
So
like
great,
my.
dude.
Maybe you showed me that, but it's
Oh
like
my
my
gosh.
favorite of all time. It's so good.
Yeah. Trudy Wishrop.
That's a tough name.
Wiskrop.
No one's
Wishrop.
ever gotten it on
Trudy
the first
Wishrop.
try.
Wischropp.
It feels like it's one
Wishrop.
syllable.
Trudy.
Worship.
It feels like one
Worship.
syllable to me.
Worship.
Well, that's
Yeah.
still 2. Say it as one
I
syllable.
don't know. I can't do it. Wishrop.
Yeah.
Is
Still
that 2?
two.
Is that
Yeah.
2?
It's still
Yeah.
2.
That's more of 2.
Yeah. I think you did 4.
Well, I can make Brian 2 syllables.
Yeah.
Or one syllable, isn't it? One
Yeah, it's
syllable?
one- yeah.
Brian.
Brian.
That's right.
Brian. I figured out why. Because there used to be a wrestler named Flying Brian Pillman, and we called him Flying Brian.
Flying Brian.
Flying Brian.
Yeah.
Most of my friends and family do it one syllable.
Yeah.
I can't believe no one mentioned the Muppet Show as a sketch comedy growing up. Bongo and Nate, especially. That was the original SNL. Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean,
Why them? Why y'all more than us?
because he was around before the Muppets, and
Well, I looked up the dates. The Muppets were really before your time, but they were right in my wheelhouse.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I love the Muppet Show.
Let me
I had
ask
their
you this,
albums.
though.
I saw their movies.
I didn't
Yeah.
watch the episode, but if you guys didn't talk about Key and Peele, Dave Chappelle, or the Muppets, like what sketch were
Well-
you talking about?
Well, you're going to love this
SNL.
next comment.
Okay.
all right, yeah, we'll go to that one. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember watching the Muppet Show. I think, but yeah, I don't. It's like I knew about it, but I don't know if it was. When was it?
It was like late 70s, maybe till early 80s.
Yeah.
I never thought of it as a sketch show. I thought it was just like
How many-
Sesame Street.
I like how you put an M in 70s.
Yeah, people have
70s.
commented on that.
Hold on, say that again.
70s.
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 I probably can't do it on cue,
Yeah,
but
you can't
you,
do it.
got to let me
Yeah.
do it in the wild.
Wait. How old are you?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
But how many comics have you known that's made that reference to the 2 old guys from the Muppets up in the?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
I've seen so
every
many
theater,
comics do
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Donna Worley. Thanks, Aaron, for mentioning the Amanda Show as a sketch comedy show you enjoyed. My daughters are a little younger than you, but they watched Amanda Bynes' show too, so I caught some of it. I thought she was a brilliant young comedic talent and
Yes.
feel sorry for how she took a turn.
Yeah.
Hope she can get her comedy mojo back again someday. She was such a true spark in that laugh track world of kids TV.
Yeah. She was a transcendent talent back in the day, dude.
Mhm.
Very funny.
Our show's different when you're not here, Dusty.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more family friendly.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. Well, sorry guys. I never saw that show, the Amanda Show.
Oh, I didn't either, but
Yeah. Well, he was
Oh,
he
yeah.
was a child.
yeah.
I was a kid when it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, like when she went, that's like someone that you don't, because I think Amanda's went kind of like crazy or something, or, I don't know.
Bipolar disorder.
Just had a
but
tough
Yeah.
childhood.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's a much better way to say it.
Yeah.
She went kind of
It's
crazy.
kind of crazy. But it was like everybody was like watching it, but I was like, I didn't really know who she was.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, so you're like, well, what is, I don't know why we're watching, but then you're like, oh yeah, well, she's, was your hero. Sandra Nguyen. Wynn?
Yeah.
Sandra Wynn?
Yeah.
Nguyen. Sandra Wynn?
Yeah.
We've had this on here before, I think. And
Last episode.
that is a tough name.
Yeah.
Win? It's like, don't put all those letters in there.
She's got to get Nguyen all the time,
She was just
Nguyen. Something like
Nguyen.
She was the one we just had on that talked
Wynn.
about her dad dubbing the movies on VHS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sandra Wynn. Dusty's wife Hannah starred on a sketch show called That's So Weird. It was a Canadian show, but I looked it up on YouTube and recognized it right away. I did not have cable, but my friends did.
Yeah, Hannah, I did not know this was on YouTube, but yeah, she had some. There she is. All
That's
right.
crazy.
There's a few episodes of her on there. I found.
She had some DVDs, and we were watching some of it the other day. I had no idea it was on YouTube. That's awesome.
I remember when she first moved here, there was like a sketch thing with some Nashville comics, and she was in it, and I was like, oh, Hannah's actually like a good actress.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, she used to do this.
Yeah. Is it, do you think at that moment she ever thought she would have been using the bathroom outside?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think Hannah often thinks about how her life took a turn.
Yeah, she calls herself Canadian famous, right?
Yeah, she did win a Canadian Comedy Award at one point.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Aaron, why don't you tell us a little bit about Rocket Money?
I've been waiting the whole episode. Do you ever feel like money's just flying out of your account?
Every day.
I do. And you have no idea where it's going. Well, I know it's all about those subscriptions, man. Between streaming services, fitness apps, that's where I get into trouble. Delivery services, parenting apps, it's endless. I'm guilty too. Look, I talk about it all the time. I use Rocket Money to help me find out which subscriptions I'm actually spending money on, and I have them cancel the ones that I don't want. It's a personal finance app, Rocket Money is, that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. They'll even try to get you a refund for the last couple months of wasted money and try to negotiate to lower your bills for you by up to 20%. All you have to do is take a picture of your bill. Rocket Money takes care of the rest. So listen, stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions right now by going to rocketmoney.com/Nate. That's rocketmoney.com/Nate. One more time for everybody in the back, rocketmoney.com/Nate.
Boom.
Oh, I'd like to give, just talking about my special, I have an intro song on there that was written by my friend named Jesse Daniel, and it's called, and it's streaming everywhere. Now, he wrote the song just for the special, but then released it as its own song called Working Hard Day and Night. Great song.
Yeah, it's perfect.
And especially the second verse is heavily inspired by me, and I think it's really fun. So I just want to give him a shout out. Because Jesse Daniel, Working Hard Day and Night. Really great song.
Amazing.
What was the second verse?
Well, the second verse, he says, started out in Alabama in a humble single wide, and I heard those wheels a calling, so I had to take a ride from Bakersfield to Brooklyn and everywhere in between, but I'm taking this rig back home to Tennessee. And so it's just, so.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Is he from Alabama?
He's from California.
All right.
But he,
Bakersfield.
We've become friends.
Oh, he's from Bakersfield?
Yeah. And it just the idea being that, we've been all over the country.
Yeah.
I've never
that is a good
actually even been to Bakersfield myself.
Yeah.
I'd like to go. It seems that's where all the California country comes out of. Merle Haggard,
Dwight Yoakam,
Buck Owens. Buck Owens. Yeah. You're nailing it.
I'm nailing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Bakersfield because someone said, was Karate Kid filmed there? Or,
I don't know.
I don't know. Ohio comments. Rebecca Peters, as an Ohioan, this episode had me rolling. Maybe if you guys would have read some stuff at the Air Force Museum, you would have learned why the Wright brothers. I mean, she's
right.
not wrong.
Yeah, she nailed it, but dang.
Why the Wright brothers chose Kitty. I didn't even get offended by that. And I was like, yeah, okay.
She's spot on.
why Wright brothers chose Kitty Hawk for their first flight. The conditions were right on the beach for flying. I especially enjoyed Nate and Dusty bringing the harmony on Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. Thanks for the laughs. O-H.
I-O.
Yep.
You know, when I was at the Air Force Museum, I had a pocket knife, and that you couldn't come in with a pocket knife. So I went out and I buried it under the picnic table, and they took it. I don't know if I've told you that story before.
I think you have.
The security guard took it.
Might have been another place, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all
I
the
think we
same.
all just assumed that happened.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about carrying around a knife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should.
I'm thinking about getting back into
Just
it.
a new look.
I went through a phase where I just had a pocket knife on me,
Yeah.
and I think I used it a bunch. You don't think about the things you need. Like a lot
Even-
of times I need a knife.
Even
Yeah.
things
You
that
know?
you don't really need a knife for, but you're like, I could use it right now. You'll use it. You're like, I could
Yeah.
rip this apart
Oh,
with my
yeah.
hands, but I have a knife. I'll cut it.
You ever
Yeah.
eat an apple with a knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good look,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah,
That's
it
like
is.
one of the coolest things you can do.
You're like, I could bite it, but I have this
Lean
knife.
up against a tree and eat an apple with a knife. Like you're not telling that guy anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you go out and eat with the other bears as y'all sometimes lean against a tree.
Yeah.
Where's Aaron going? He got to leave. It was the office. Where's that? What's Aaron doing?
You're like, he's eating
He's
apples?
He's
Hey,
eating
come
apples.
on.
He's got a pocket knife on him.
Leaning on a tree because he's got sap on that tree. He dips it in. he knows what he's doing.
Nature's butter out here.
Nature's butter.
Miguel Malakon.
Ugh.
Miguel Maliokin. Maliokin. That's a Miguel Maliokin. Melochan.
Yeah.
Melochan. What do you think?
Melacone.
Malacon?
I like male lotion.
I think the Miguel's making you do that.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Miguel's lead me there.
He's a male lochin.
Male lotion.
Melochan.
Male lotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melochan. Miguel Melochan. Ocean.
Eminem.
Hearing Dusty bring up Bone Thugs and Harmony during your Ohio show is without a doubt the most incredible moment of your podcast to date. And I've been around since episode 1. Wow. Was totally blown away by his knowledge of BTH.
Oh,
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone and Biggie was one of my It's Bone and Biggie, Biggie. It's Bone and Biggie.
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites.
I
It's
miss
so
my
good.
Uncle Charles.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
So first of the bone.
Jason Kudrow. Just wondering how you guys do a whole podcast on Ohio, never bring up Thomas Edison. Who's that?
You're not too familiar with the
Yeah.
podcast, are you, Jason?
I was also stunned that the Dayton Air Force Museum was brought up and Dusty didn't mention anything about Hangar 18 and the Roswell crash.
I went with you, and I don't remember that.
Yeah.
What is Hangar 18?
I don't know. I didn't.
Maybe at Area 51.
Okay.
I'm not really that into aliens.
Look
You
up
would
Hangar
think that I
18.
would.
Everyone thinks you are,
I
but
know,
Yeah, you're not.
but they're demons, so I don't like to mess with them.
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah.
Well, they live in a place you don't believe exists.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's
No,
a-
I'm joking.
They go out.
no.
Yeah.
I'm
There's some truth to it.
Hangar 18 is going to occur up following UFO incident about the space shuttle. Okay.
okay.
That's a movie.
I'd check that out though.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We didn't mention. Yeah, I guess Thomas Edison. I thought he was from England or something.
It is true though.
You know?
Yeah, he's not talked about. It's not associated with Ohio a bunch.
No.
Did he invent like the light bulb?
We spend
Yeah.
more time on LeBron James,
Yeah.
somebody more relevant.
Yeah.
He's credited for inventing the light bulb, but there's like
Nikola Tesla
people
probably did.
People say now he like stole it from somebody else.
Tesla?
Yeah.
No, not Tesla.
Oh.
Though they beefed all the
Thomas Edison and
Oh,
Tesla.
Tesla. Yeah,
When was Thomas Edison around?
this was the early 1900s, wasn't
I was going to say late 1800s.
Did he
Yeah.
fly the kite with a key on it, or was
it?
that
That was
Benjamin Franklin?
Benj Franklin.
Yeah.
you call him Benj.
Mhm. Benj
Yeah.
Franklin.
Well, when you get close with him, you know,
Yeah.
get a pet name for him. Oh, Ben.
I think he slept like 4 hours a day.
Benjamin Franklin.
No, Thomas Edison. He had
Oh.
too many things to do.
8 hours a night. 4 hours a day. The guy slept a lot.
Yeah, I always think I want to see people's when they say they sleep little. Like you're always kind of like, I want to see it.
Yeah,
I don't know if I believe everybody's like, I sleep 4 hours a day. I feel great. And you're like, I don't know if I believe that. Like I think there's.
You don't believe that they feel great, or that they're actually getting that's sleep.
Happening.
Yeah.
I know there's like things where there are people that they say. I think Trump has a thing where he only sleeps 4 hours and. It's like, but there's it's called something where people don't need a lot of sleep and they have something. So I'm not saying that this isn't a thing, but there's also a why. And so Thomas Edison, I could see a guy that's doing something like that. Maybe he has some, but there's also a lot of other people that are like, well, I don't only sleep 4 hours a day. And you're like, yeah, but there's really no reason for you to.
We're not impressed by that at all.
You're not.
Sleep some more.
Yeah, what are you doing? Yeah. I think it's. I hear more about it from people that are like, well, then you're wasting your life.
Yeah.
Because go at least get some rest.
Yeah, it's not doing you well. You're not super productive. Maybe if you slept more,
you
might get
I can tell, dude. You got bags under your eyes. Yeah, you look tired. You're yawning a bunch.
Ironically, Thomas Edison, same education as Dusty and Nate.
All right, well.
Self-educated.
Self-educated?
Some coursework at Cooper Union. That sounds like Vol State.
I did, Southern Union. I did a little time at.
There you go.
That's the Vol State of New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
self-educated. That just means no education.
Yeah, get it. Yeah,
dude, it's crazy. Isn't that crazy? He died. He was alive in 1930. He died in 1930 or 31. He was 84. But I saw something today. It was like Queen Elizabeth and Marilyn Monroe, when they met, they were the same age.
Wow.
Really?
So Queen Elizabeth this was, obviously Marilyn Monroe was alive.
Well, I don't know,
Yeah.
Thanks for clarifying that.
Yeah.
But when did Marilyn Monroe die? She died young.
In the 60s.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
maybe
60s.
the 50s.
Tragically, right?
Yeah. So this was when they were probably in their 30s or something. So they were that young.
Wow.
And so, but it was like, so Marilyn Monroe would have still been alive.
Yeah.
Like when JFK could still be, like all these people would still be, we would have seen them.
Maybe not JFK.
I don't know.
Because that was 70 years ago now.
60.
But we could have seen him in our life.
We would have seen him 60 years ago.
I thought it was 2030.
Yeah.
And he was in his 40s, I think, when he was.
Yeah, he was young.
So
he'd
we
be
were kids.
like 105 or something.
105.
And Jimmy Carter's he's like 130, right? And he's still around.
Well, Jimmy Carter's still around, but like JFK, we would have seen JFK.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He would have been doing like the Tonight Show and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild to think about.
It's crazy.
He would have doing a pop-in set on one of your shows.
Sometimes people think life moves too fast. It's not going as fast as you think, because these people are still here. And you start looking at it, you're like, there's some people from 1930s. And there's people around.
They're hanging on, man.
I say it I talk about the 1900s thing. I'm doing that on stage. But it's like people from the 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, like, even like my parents, like, you'd have met people from the 1800s.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've met people from the 1800s.
Jimmy Carter was president when you were born, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's been on hospice for like a year. They're trying to get him down. And he's like, nah. Hospice comes in and then you're out pretty soon.
Yeah.
This guy's been on hospice for a year. He's like, nah, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's, yeah. Huh.
Aaron, you want to tell us about Delete Me?
I've been waiting all day to talk about Delete Me. It is, as a person who exists publicly, I think they're talking about Nate and Dusty, we are hyper aware of safety and security. It's easier than ever to find personal information about people online. All this data hanging out on the internet can have consequences in the real world. Nate and Laura have been using Delete Me for a long time, and now I've also signed up. The onboarding process was super easy. You just fill out a couple, some basic information about yourself, and then they send out reports monthly. And I was surprised what they've started removing me from. I was on a bunch of stuff, dude. My address, my phone number, my email was on on a ton of different websites, and they've taken it all down. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners. Today, get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and use promo code Nate at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/Nate and enter code Nate at checkout. One more time. That's joindeleteme.com/Nate. Code
Nate.
There it is.
How do you feel about snapping at someone?
I didn't like it just now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could tell you didn't like it either. That's why I did it the second time.
That makes sense. I feel like it's what Notre Dame would do to MTSU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I opened for Ali Sadiq in Huntsville, he saw on stage somebody was snapping at his server. And dude, he stopped the show. He's like, did you just do that to another human being? And just tore into the guy.
Yeah.
And I do think about it now. Not that I was ever doing that, but
You're a
that's
good
such a rude thing to, like, at a server or something.
At a server.
Server's
You can
crazy.
do it to your kid or something. You're like trying to get them to. It's just trying to get their attention.
I
but
think
it
it's
just-
so rude. I can't even snap that good.
Yeah, I can't.
This one I can do all right. This
Yeah.
one, oh, I never really been able to do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
now
do
you're
it.
doing it.
Wow, look at that.
I don't know how it works.
You get a Netflix special, you learn how to snap.
The sound of the snap is your finger hitting the palm of your hand.
Oh, there
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's not
I
good.
can't do it.
Yeah, that's
gone now.
that's atrocious.
This one's all right.
That's that one's good. That one's actually disgusting. So stop.
It's at rock bottom here.
Shorten these episodes a little bit
Just
more.
friends
Yeah.
hanging out, dude.
We need a new format.
This is what friends do, dude. This is the kind of stuff we talk
Scandals
about.
and animals.
Yeah. Weather revisited comments. Demarius Stevens. I think all of us truly appreciate the effort of adding some new footage to the front of a revisit episode. You could have just run it with a note, but this intro is so fun. Also, what a great episode to revisit. I can't get enough air and losing it for Soar Sigorb. Thank you and congrats, Dusty. The special was great.
All right, thanks,
How
Demarius.
about that?
I looked up Soar. He's still out there.
I think it's a woman.
Oh, okay. Soare.
Yeah, I don't know if it's pronounced Soiree, but I think it's from a different country.
Yeah.
I don't know which one, but somebody tagged the Instagram of that person.
Okay.
Really humanized that moment for me. I was laughing at. That's a real person. I was
Yeah,
laughing
yeah,
at, but
yeah,
the
yeah.
way Nate kept saying it is so funny, dude.
She probably went dark after.
Soiree Sigord.
Taylor Johnson. I don't think I've ever laughed harder than when Bates said Dusty's not in this one, but there was more of Aaron, so it evens out.
That's good. Got to keep the weight on this side of the table.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You've
I
come
don't
a
think
long
I
way.
even got that joke at first. Yeah. Aaron's come a long way.
Hey, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never ever thought about you being a bigger guy, but when you will share older clips of
Yeah.
yourself, I'm like, whoa. I mean, not that I'm like, whoa, but I'm like, whoa, you have
When
slimmed
I
down.
see it, dude. When I see it, I was like 340.
Why do you think he's eating apples by trees? He leans against it, it falls out, and he eats it. That's how he got him out of there. He just takes his back and just starts banging it on a tree.
Trees are coming
But
down.
even your laugh was different back then.
Was it?
Yeah, it was more of a big man's laugh. And
Oh,
You
yeah.
go get-
I can
now
breathe
it's,
a little better
now it's more
I think.
refined.
Yeah.
You told the picture of the office, you go, I'm going to go to lunch. And they just see you going out there, you're just shaking the trees out. And then stuff's coming down. And you're like, yeah, well, he's hungry. It'd be funny to go.
Easy, big fella.
If you could do that, it would be very funny to see the office. Just no mention of that you do it, but you just go,
That would be funny. You go out, you guys want some apples?
yeah,
Yeah.
just shake it.
Mm.
Kate the Great.
Hey.
So bummed to see you couldn't record, but that intro was great. Aaron sledding is getting added to my favorite moments. P.S. Do you say sledding or sliding in Tennessee? I'm in Minnesota. People say both. We say sledding.
I've never heard sliding.
I've never heard sliding either.
I mean, I get what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You're sliding down a hill,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah, I like sledding. Sledding's fun. And when when you're bigger, you can catch a little momentum.
Oh, look at that. Where
Yeah.
were you?
This is a golf course close to our house.
Oh,
I mean,
I think it's
that's-
on hole 4 of the. It's in Hermitage.
I mean, that's tubing.
Oh, that's
what you're
Hermitage
doing.
Golf Course.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right next to a park there, and they had this. Lucy,
Oh, that looks awesome.
my
Someone's got it
wife.
going. Yeah, there you go.
Well, this is I was worried about hitting that tree.
Yeah.
We gotta plug Dusty a little bit.
All right,
Yeah.
look at that.
But Lucy took a nasty fall, and I mean, she slammed into a tree. We set up a little backstop
Hey, look at that.
with some snow, and she just hopped the backstop and just smashed into a tree.
She all right?
Huge bruise, but
Look at that smoke.
she's fine. But it was touch and go.
Did you say smoke?
Yeah.
Like a cartoon?
Yeah. When Aaron got to the bottom, you got covered in your own
Like Clark Griswold?
snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah. Daniel Stewart. Y'all can't do a Zoom. It's better than nothing. My Wednesday's ruined now. What's worse than a rerun? This isn't Seinfeld. No one's watching these 20 years from now.
Dang, damn.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't do Zooms.
I
We
forgot
haven't
to
done a
say,
Zoom. I'm actually proud of the fact that we've never done a Zoom.
We've never done a Zoom episode.
And that's been a big thing because I think Zooms are not good.
you know, that week, I forgot to say, my flight got canceled because of how bad the weather was. I could not get out of here. It just was bad all around.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's like, yeah, Zoom. I was at the airport at this time trying to get out of here.
Someone said the biggest week of Dusty's career, and he can't promote a special on this podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
What were you doing, Dusty? Just
Well, I was
hanging out at the airport.
I was trapped. Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, I think the day we recorded all of these promo for the revisited episode
Yeah.
is when I was at the airport trying
Yeah.
to fly out and couldn't
Mhm.
because of snow, because the airport ran out of de-icing formula and they couldn't de-ice any planes.
Oh, yeah.
It's a real mess.
Yeah, I
up
thought
there.
I saw someone on the news. Someone was on a plane for 8 hours. They
Yeah.
landed in 8 hours.
6, I think.
Someone's at the gate, huh?
I think it was 6. but
Oh,
yeah.
that's not that bad.
Nah.
That is like where you, how's that? They just open the plane
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
just go walk out.
Yeah,
Let us out. Yeah.
Like that's being like absurd. Like to go, well, there's nowhere to. You're like, yeah, but we're gonna walk out. Like just be a normal person.
Right.
That doesn't make sense. That's the stuff that, and I don't like to trash airlines because people get mad. But like
Right.
that's the stuff you can't do. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Can I tell you, I flew this weekend, and I always go for the exit row because I like the room. I don't know if you remember the video that went viral a few days ago of the exit door flying off in the air. Dude, multiple people were like, I'm not sitting there because I'm like worried about it.
Uh-huh.
I had the exit rows to myself all
All
weekend, dude. So I need another one of those videos to go
Oh,
viral.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully on Southwest too, so they think it's more like an actual problem.
Maybe one year on.
But when those people that if you were sitting next to it, would you not mind it because you like the air?
Yeah.
I can't get that.
Nice breeze.
I love it. man.
Finally.
I feel great. Yeah.
People are getting sucked out the door.
Aaron takes his jacket off and goes, finally breathing. But when you went out, like, did someone would have flown out the window?
I don't know. There was nobody sitting in that particular seat
Yeah.
when that happened. But I don't know. Is
You talking
there?
about the Alaskan Air?
Yes.
Yeah, phone got sucked out. I saw.
Talk about the last game. Because the other one.
Well, I didn't know there was actual video of the.
I
door
think there's
flying off.
video
What?
of it. Yeah,
I
yeah,
know
that's
there's
what went
video,
viral.
but
Or
no,
like
there's
a
video of
picture
them
or
on the
something.
plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I heard the flight attendants have to say multiple times, like, that wasn't us. That was somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
People are a little gun shy.
Mm.
I lucked out.
Mhm.
It's one of the best things that ever happened to me.
I had multiple flights this weekend where they were like, had other problems, like not weather. It was always like, oh, there's too much fuel on this side of the plane. We're going to have to put some, I had noise canceling headphones, so I missed the first announcement.
Yeah.
And the guy comes on and he goes, yeah, we weren't able to get the problem fixed, but we're going to get some more fuel and then we'll take off here soon. I asked the lady, I go, next to me, I go, what was the problem? He's like, well, that's a weight imbalance. So they're going to fill up the other side. And then they were like, another flight, they were like, they put in too much hydraulic fluid and now we got to come take some out. And I'm like, what's going on? Why are they not doing things right?
Yeah, you don't need that much detail.
Like, I want you to fix it, obviously. But why did you not just do it right the first time? Why is there a guy putting too much fluid in?
Well, I had to fly Delta this weekend. We sat for like an hour and a half before we took off, and the pilot comes on and goes, it wasn't us, just a maintenance thing. And you're like, well, it's y'all's plane.
Yeah.
This is all y'all kind of working together on this.
Yeah, I don't think you fell asleep in the cockpit out there. I mean, come on.
It all starts from the top.
Yes.
And so no, everybody, but yeah, they don't want to sit there either. But it's, all right. So a little bit shorter, obviously. So I hope you're not disappointed. I know this is the best. This is the best for me personally. I still want to give you all the best product we could give. And I didn't know that not every podcast was 2 hours.
Yeah.
And 2 hours is a lot. It's a lot.
And we should clarify, we're still going to do, like, next week, it'll be normal topics.
Yeah, normal topics.
This is just, we haven't been together in a while.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
And to clarify, I haven't pitched my upcoming shows yet, so this may still go 2 hours. So,
oh yeah,
I got a lot coming up, guys.
Sometimes I won't download a podcast to listen to it if it's 2 hours. I go 2 hours. Oh no, I can't do that.
No, I think I did not realize it. A lot of people seem like it's a lot. It's like an hour is good, but I'm not saying that's why we're doing it. But it fits where it just goes like we've kind of hit a point to be, scheduling. It's just getting very hard. And so let's make it, an hour, which is now just in line with most other podcasts,
Right.
I believe.
Right.
This weekend, this Friday, I'm at Walnut House in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. 2 shows there. Saturday, February 17th, I'm at Church of the Heights in Palatka, Florida. I hope I'm saying that wrong.
Oh. You hope you're saying it wrong?
I mean, I hope I'm saying it right.
Yeah.
I hope I'm saying it wrong. That's how
Yeah.
confident I am. I don't care. I might even show up. Aaron, what you got?
This weekend, I'm in Des Moines at the Des Moines Funny Bone. And then next weekend, big one for me. Not that Des Moines isn't big, but the next one is also big. Chicago Zanies, 5 shows there, Old Town, Chicago. So come on out, Des Moines and Chicago.
Yeah.
All right. This weekend, I'll be in Huntsville, Alabama at Stand Up Live, 5 shows. Come see me. I think a lot of my family and friends that I grew up with might be there. So I need, other strangers to balance it out so that my family and friends don't think that they're the only ones supporting my shows. And I need
Sitting right up front.
Yeah. I need it to look good. But yeah, I am excited about it. I love Huntsville. Been there many times.
Have you been since we went and smoked cigars?
No, haven't.
Okay. Yeah.
And this time it's too cold to smoke cigars. And I've not been smoking cigars. I've not had them in about 2 months. Well, I had one in Opelika, but over the 2-month period, it's been like one time.
Wow.
So
You'll be back.
Yeah, well, maybe. But, I'm just taking a little break. Just trying not to have a heart attack or anything. So,
Yeah.
All right. Go see everybody.
You doing any shows, Nick?
I am. What do you mean to tell you? What do you want me to say? I'm doing where the Portland Blazers play. I don't know. I don't know how to say that. I'm just moving on.
Yeah.
I would love for you to come out. The shows have been super fun. And
We're in Spokane. Look, this is a big one, dude. We need everybody out.
All right. Yeah, I do need everybody out. Spokane, at Spokane Arena, Spokane, Washington, Portland at Moda Center, Everett at the Angel of the Winds Arena, and Vancouver at Rogers Arena.
Nice.
Probably where the Grizzlies used to play.
Yeah, maybe
I
so.
think.
Yeah.
Madison, Omaha, like the whole. We're out. We're running around. The shows have been super, super fun, and I love it. We love it. Every comic on the show, it's really, really it's overwhelming. It's a very insane. Every weekend is insane, and you can't believe this many people are out. And I love it. I love comedy. So thank you for everybody that's come out. But yeah,
my shows have been fun too. I want to put that. I don't think I said mine have been fun. Yeah, but they have been fun.
Mine have been hit or miss.
Yeah, mine have not. But hope to change that.
No, ours have been great too.
Yeah,
everybody's great.
Everybody's great.
Yeah.
Comedy's in a good spot. All right. Well, we love you, and we'll see you next week. And that's it. All right.
Bye.
Bye. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze. and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland podcast.